Hello out there. I'd love to welcome everyone to our webinar on how to win the holiday marketing season with Yelp. So we're looking forward to diving into how Yelp for Brands advertising solutions can help our enterprise marketers succeed with their holiday marketing because it is right around the corner. So I'm Kadisha Burr. I'm our Senior Director of Sales Planning and Account Strategy at Yelp. And I'm thrilled to be one of your hosts today. This is one of my favorite things to do. But even more great is when I get to do it with awesome colleagues who I've known forever. And that is Sean Shoemaker, who will be joining me. He is our Senior Associate Product Marketing Manager. So he will be sharing his expertise. And secretly, he's just like a go-to for everything at Yelp. So he's a really good person to be walking us through this all today. So before we dive in, let's just go over some basic housekeeping items. So this webinar will be recorded and shared with you afterwards. So you can come back time and time again to reference it. If you have any questions during the presentation, please put them in the Q&A box. We will address them at the end. So we are expecting some Q&A so we can make this interactive with you. And today, here's what we want to talk about. Essentially, holiday marketing trends and tips. We want to take a look at our key products for holiday marketing, and that includes our Spotlight product, Showcase Ads, and Yelp Audiences. And then we're going to pull it all together into some examples so you can get an idea of how this really looks and works in the wild. And lastly, we will end with our live Q&A. So let's start with some high-level marketing trends. Yelp has tons of data. We have tons of trends, and we love to share that out. And so, Sean, can you share some insight on some consumer trends and behaviors we're seeing right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So based on some external sources and Yelp trend data, we've noticed several key trends as we're heading into the holidays. We're seeing an increase in online shopping. There's also a trend of shoppers starting pretty early this year. This was something we saw in back to school shopping, and we expect that to continue through the holiday season. Uh, Mobile and local searches remain very important, and consumers are using social media and Yelp as they're making their decisions about where to buy. So, for example, Yelp search trends show a significant increase in searches for holiday-related services and products. And so here are some high-level tips for holiday marketing campaigns. Make sure you're targeting key dates like Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So you set those goalposts throughout the holiday season that you want to hit and make sure you're getting your message out early and often. Um, Another good thing is to plan ahead. So like I mentioned earlier, we see that consumers are planning early for their holiday shopping. And in the back half of the year, we see a huge increase in many categories that people buy gifts from. So people are trying to find stores nearby where they can buy gifts for their loved ones. You should also ensure that your creative is captivating so that you can stand out in this really competitive season. There's a lot of eyeballs out there, but there's a lot of people looking for those eyeballs. So make sure that you're sharing messaging that's really going to resonate with people. And then finally, make sure you're focusing on targeting the right audience efficiently. You want to make sure you're reaching the people that would be the ones that are going to buy your products. So here's a good example of a trend that we saw earlier this year where Swedish candy was trending on social media. And on Yelp, we then saw a huge increase in searches to buy that candy. So it's really good to get in front of these Yelp users when they're looking for categories like yours.
That Swedish candy thing is just crazy to me. That was like my favorite candy, I don't know, 30 years ago. So glad to see that it's back. But now let's talk about how Yelp can really help during the holidays. So we'll cover our Spotlight, our Showcase Ads, and our Yelp Audiences today. So Sean, can you explain the value that each one of these products brings?
Sure, Kadisha. So the real value of all of these products really lies in the audiences that you're able to reach on Yelp. We see that Yelp users are purchase-ready consumers. They are undecided shoppers, and we have national scale with hyperlocal capabilities.
Yes. And let's take a deep dive into our Spotlight ads. Can you walk us through the benefits of that product?
Sure. Yeah, this is a product near and dear to my heart. So Spotlight is designed to increase awareness and drive conversions with placements on the homepage and in business page photo grids while consumers are browsing the app. So there's that placement on the homepage on the photo grid. A tap on that ad will take users to a detail view where they can see more information about your ad unit. And then we can drive users via call to action to either your landing page on your website or to your business page on Yelp. One thing that I see often is how much clients love to highlight new items or upcoming sales. So, this is a really great space to share that timely messaging and give consumers a reason to walk into your store. One thing I'm also super excited about is we now support video in both the home feed and the photo grid placements. So, this creates a lot more flexibility for our clients to share their messaging. Kadisha, I know your team is setting up a lot of these campaigns and providing guidance for best practices. Can you share some of those best practices here?
Definitely. For the holidays, I mean, always really, but especially during the holidays, it's crucial to have really engaging video content. This really differentiates you on the platform. It gives you those eyeballs. And so we encourage you to bring your video assets and use that as part of your advertising with our Spotlight ads. It's also important that your call to actions are clear and they flow with that user journey. So example with retail, a lot of folks want to get consumers in store or shopping online. We want to make that message very clear in how it applies to your brand. And so here's another really great example of a Spotlight ad. When we're taking a look here, you can see that red really grabs you right away for the holiday season. Actually, yeah. And so essentially, we want to just make sure again, you can see the store, you see the call to action. We know the great brands that Nordstrom carries. And this is something that really works well on the platform and consumers are looking to purchase. And Sean, I'll toss it over to you.
Sure. So with that, let's jump into showcase ads. So this is another really great tool to use in your holiday marketing toolkit. Showcase ads helps you differentiate from your brand from your competitors. They're perfect for highlighting deals, showcasing gift ideas, and upselling. You get to add some ad copy and creative to your ad units and to your business pages that will help consumers choose you. Since there's intense competition during the holidays, this differentiation is really key. So, for example, you can use showcase ads to promote a holiday deal or a special gift idea. So, if you're a clothing retailer, you might want to promote an offer where if a consumer spends trailer when they're trying to decide where to go get their gifts. Um, and what's even better here is these showcase ads are in search. So when someone is searching in your categories near your stores, that's a very down funnel right at the moment of the purchase decisions. They're deciding where to go spend their money, and we're able to get that ad right in front of them. So this is another really great example here. It's an ad for Macy's. We can see right away that there's a really strong visual here, again, with that red in the background. It's very festive. While Macy's offers a variety of products, they're using this ad specifically to drive e-commerce sales for women's clothing. So the call to action is to go to the website where consumers can find great deals. And this type of ad, we see consumers on Yelp respond to because they're already looking for a retail location. And so putting Macy's at the forefront of that search makes it really easy for them to connect and then transact. So hopefully that has really helped explain a lot about Spotlight and Showcase, but we still have to dive into Yelp Audiences. So, Kadisha, your team works super closely with recommending the right formats and the right campaigns. Can you explain how Yelp Audiences works and what formats are available?
Yeah, so Yelp Audiences is our off-platform ad solution. So you can go on the Yelp ad and find those ads directly on Yelp, but this allows you to reach consumers across the web. So using this product, you can target purchase-ready consumers across the web, on audio, and through CTV. So you still get really that key benefit of Yelp's ad solution, and that's reaching our prime audience. But now you can just extend that reach. And so this is great for our locationless brands who want to tap into the Yelp audience. So we have a variety of formats here. Like I said, you can do CTV, audio. We have dynamic Yelp content ads, display, and video. And so we're going to take a look at Yelp's dynamic Yelp content ads. This is unique to our platform. So for example, here you can see an ad for Stella where they're able to connect the consumer directly to those dining locations where they can enjoy that beer. So here we have a consumer packaged good that's able to reach that Yelp consumer and say, hey, here, you can go into this restaurant and enjoy our product. And so we see that a lot of companies really take advantage of this in order to make that full connection from that off-platform experience to in-store. You can also see our display and video placements. And again, these are ads where you just want to have a really compelling offer. Right here, you can see it's being put front and center with that Google Fold. And this is another great ad that we see consumers use or clients use really frequently to drive down funnel conversions. And our clients just love using these ads because they know that Yelp's audience is purchase ready. So when we start to look at that reporting and we start to look at those results, we're seeing that these are people who are seeing these ads and then going and making that purchase. When you take a look at some additional ad formats here, we have examples for audio and connected TV. And these are really great ways to create awareness. So when you're thinking about that holiday season and you're thinking about that consumer journey, this allows you to reach people early in the season with an awareness play. So it might be now, September, maybe even early October. I know me personally, I start thinking about actually pulling the trigger and shopping around Halloween right now, which it used to be around Thanksgiving, but I'll start holiday shopping as early as Halloween. And so now is a really great time to do this type of awareness play with audio and with connected TV. And then as you start to think through that consumer who's now into November or edging up on Thanksgiving and moving into Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever they celebrate that's just around the corner, that's the time where you can really use our display ads and start to dig in and work towards driving conversions. So that strategy really allows you to connect with the consumer journey as people start to think about shopping and then finally dive in and purchase. So Sean, I love when we use these products all together. That's when it becomes really impactful. That's where the magic happens. Can you share an example of how it looks when they all come together?
Yeah, for sure. So here we have a case study from one of the largest department store chains in the country, and they ran a campaign that included Spotlight, Showcase ads, and Yelp Audiences, so all those products we were just talking about. This was a multi-channel campaign with placements both on and off Yelp. So they set a very aggressive goal for us where they wanted an 11x return on ad spend. And at the end of the campaign, we saw that we beat their goal by 130%, which I just am always so excited to see when we blow things like this out of the water. But I also really like to look at the granular metrics that go into that goal. So one of their metrics was cost per store visit, and that came in at 16 cents.
Yeah, and that's one of the great things too when we talk about using these different products. It's just the variety of ways you can get insights and measurement and knowing that everything's working together with those ads driving performance. So thanks for sharing that example, Sean, and diving into holiday marketing with me.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Always happy to talk about it.
Yay. So we're going to open with Q&A soon. But Sean, I think you had something extra you wanted to share.
Oh, that's right. So we have a promotion right now that includes some bonus impressions on Spotlight for qualified accounts. So if you're interested in running Spotlight this holiday season and you want to hear more about some of those promotions, let us know in the Q&A and we'll follow up with you after this call.
Amazing. Well, thank you all for joining us. If you have any questions or connect with us, please reach out. You can book time with our experts at shop.yelp.com/contact, as well as get more information on our product and audiences there. So now let's open it up for Q&A. So please type any questions you have in the Q&A box and we will address them for you. So I know, Sean, we talked about, I said I start holiday shopping in October. When do you start?
I'm actually starting to think about it right now. I feel like I have put it off till like December in years past, and I just don't want to deal with that stress this year and want to just have it done well before Thanksgiving. So hopefully I'll get it done in the next month or two.
Well, good luck. I hope you're not, out shopping in the very, very last days of this whole thing.
Me too.
So we did get a question. How do you price these products? What are the minimums? How long does it take to set up a campaign? The minimums really vary on the product. Some of them don't even have a minimum, and some of them do. So in that case, I would encourage you to speak with someone on our team just to give you more specific information, the products you're interested in. Our campaign setups are typically pretty quick. I think, especially for these products, if you already have assets, that really accelerates the setup time. So it can be anywhere from 3 days to probably 2 weeks at most. But most importantly, as long as you have the assets and the information and know the direction you want to go, our team's able to turn those things around pretty quickly for you. So whoever has that question out there, get in touch with us at Yelp, and we can talk more specifically about the products and the pricing that would make sense for what you're trying to do. So the question is, can you measure revenue and transactions with these products or only store visits? So we can do store visits. We can do revenue and transactions as well. And so we have, of course, you can pixel and understand some revenue purchases. We work with third-party vendors too, in some cases, where we can get revenue and transaction measurement. And so the great thing about our teams is we really customize those solutions for you. So if you're looking for something where you can get that transaction measurement, our team can work to put that packaging together and put that attribution strategy together. And that's actually one of my favorite things to do, because I think there's no better way to know that your campaign is working, so to actually see those dollars and that return on ad spend at the end of the day. And so that is the type of attribution and measurement we really like to track for. We even have a Yelp conversion API, which is another way you can actually start to get transaction information through us. And so we are happy to talk about how to help you get a real true return on ad spend with Yelp.
Sure. And I feel like attribution is a whole webinar in itself. So we could definitely go into a lot more detail.
We have one on file. If you look in the Yelp webinar archives, we can talk with you about how we measure transactions and how we like to do attribution.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to send this one to you, Sean. Any specific suggestions on successful creative and assets? You mentioned the color red being eye-catching in some of these examples. Any other trends for visuals?
Sure. I love seeing things that are like really kitschy about the holidays. I think that brings up a lot of nostalgia. I remember there was a restaurant last year that had a great video campaign with a toy train, like zooming around their different dishes. So you can get pretty creative with this, especially with Spotlight now that we support video there. There's a bunch of different ways you can go.
Cool. This is an interesting one that I'm going to take because I know something about this. So the question is, how do Yelp ad campaigns and products help multifamily property businesses increase visibility and attract more customers? So if I'm thinking about this correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, the person who's asking this question, I'm thinking about a big rental property building. I actually have worked with different multifamily properties on Yelp in the past, and it's a great tool when people are apartment hunting. So we actually have a whole apartment category on Yelp. We see that consumers will come on because they especially want to know what is the experience like living in these apartments. How is the property management? How are the facilities? Things like that. And so certainly, in this case, you can use Yelp ads to advertise your buildings, to reach those people who are looking to rent and looking for a place to stay, because we do see that search happening on Yelp every single day. So again, get in touch with a Yelp rep and they will show you exactly what it looks like to help you attract customers to your business. So I will see if we have any more questions. But if not, Sean and I may sign off and go do some shopping, it sounds like. All right. Thank you, everyone. Today, remember you can reach us at brands@yelp.com or brands@yelp brands.yelp.com if you want to go to the website. And in both of those places, you can get in touch with us directly. Tell us about your business. Tell us about what you're looking for, what your goals are. And we have a team here that's always ready to help.
Great. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.